Christian Horner's shocking departure hasn't just rattled Red Bull, it's shaken the entire Formula One world to its core. And right now, the sport is on the verge of what could be one of the most explosive, silly seasons in recent memory. With driver moves that might defy everything we thought we knew, yes, even names like Verstappen and Russell potentially switching allegiances, the question on everyone's lips is, what happens next? And could Toto Wolff finally be on the verge of winning his long game? In the aftermath of Silverstone, F1 was rocked by news that felt like an earthquake. Christian Horner, who spent over 2 decades building Red Bull into one of the most dominant teams in the sport's histories, was unceremoniously sacked as team principal and CEO. From Sebastian Vettel's glory days to Max Verstappen's current reign, Horner was the architect of multiple dynasties. And just like that, he's out. But this isn't just about one man losing his job, it's about the unraveling of an empire. Horner's departure, which had been rumored for months, finally came to pass in the most dramatic fashion, right after Red Bull's underwhelming performance at the British Grand Prix. The legacy he leaves behind is nothing short of monumental. 8 drivers' championships, 6 constructors' titles, over 100 race wins. Yet the team he leaves behind, it's fractured, it's unsettled, and their grip on dominance is slipping fast. The signs of collapse were there: an internal investigation, the exits of key personnel, Adrian Newey, Jonathan Wheatley, Max Verstappen's visible frustration. There were whispers of boardroom battles between Red Bull's Austrian and Thai ownership groups. And crucially, rumors that Verstappen's camp might have supported Horner's removal. Max Verstappen isn't just Red Bull's star, he's their cornerstone. A 4-time champion who's carried the team on his back, even as their performance has faltered. 4 pole positions, 2 wins in a season where McLaren has seized control, and Red Bull has tumbled to 4th. Verstappen's teammates have contributed almost nothing, just 7 points separating them after half the season. Without Max, Red Bull is a shadow of itself. And now, the whispers have grown louder. Reports suggest Verstappen could activate a break clause, walking away from his contract well before 2028. Talks with Mercedes and Toto Wolff have only added fuel to the fire. Even George Russell's comments at Silverstone sparked further speculation, whether he meant to or not. Before his dismissal, Horner tried to calm the waters, saying he fully expected Verstappen to stay through 2026. But Red Bull's swift and decisive action suggests otherwise. Is this about trying to keep Verstappen, or reacting to the reality that he's already halfway out the door? The team wasted no time, promoting Laurent Mekies mid-season to steer the ship. Mekies is a respected figure, but can he command the same loyalty, the same results, the same magic that Horner did? It's a monumental task in the midst of a storm. And here's the real dilemma. Can Red Bull hold on to Verstappen, or is the writing on the wall? Max's manager, Raymond Vermeulen, confirmed they were informed in advance. But the message was clear: they're watching, they're waiting, and nothing is set in stone. Verstappen himself downplayed the rumors, pointing to his existing contract, but with Red Bull powertrain's uncertainty and key figures gone, confidence is fading. Let's be honest. Red Bull's golden age is crumbling. Rob Marshall gone, Adrian Newey gone, Jonathan Wheatley gone, Christian Horner gone, and now Red Bull stands at a crossroads. Is this the beginning of a new era, the slow-motion collapse of one of the most successful teams in F1 history? The future of Max Verstappen is the key to it all. Without him, what remains? The contract may look solid, but performance clauses are ticking time bombs. And you can bet that the very moment Christian Horner was shown the door, Toto Wolff's phone lit up. And with that, the next chapter of Formula One is set to explode. Toto Wolff. Because if you're the boss of Mercedes and you're watching Red Bull implode before your eyes, you don't just sit back and watch you strike. And make no mistake, Wolff has been circling Max Verstappen for months, like a hawk, quietly, patiently, relentlessly. But now, with Red Bull's entire structure collapsing and Horner the final pillar gone, suddenly there's a wide open door, and Toto's ready to walk right through it. Yes, Verstappen may be contracted until 2028, but let's not forge hidden deep inside that deal are performance clauses, escape routes. And right now, with Red Bull faltering, those doors aren't just creaking, they're swinging wide open. The silver arrows are hungry. They're looking for a new king. Over at Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton's shadow still looms large over Brackley, but George Russell has stepped up this season. Even Horner himself, before his exit, begrudgingly admitted Russell's performances have been impressive. But ironically, it might be Russell's own word-shiz chatter that lit the fuse on this entire situation. By openly talking about his contract and his future, he may have unintentionally fueled the fire that cracked Red Bull's foundations. Some even accused him of trying to force Mercedes' hand to push Toto to commit, but instead, the speculation did something far bigger. It helped break Red Bull's back. And here comes the twist, the blockbuster no one saw coming. What if, in a move that would stun the paddock to its core, George Russell ends up at Red Bull and Max Verstappen moves to Mercedes? That's right, the biggest transfer bombshell Formula One has seen in decades. Not just a team collapse, but a full swap of empires. Imagine it. George Russell, once Toto Wolff's golden boy, becoming the first British driver since David Coulthard to pull on Red Bull colors. And Verstappen, the Dutch lion, trading Milton Keynes for Brackley, stepping into the very cockpit once ruled by Hamilton. Picture the visuals. Max in silver. Russell walking into the Red Bull garage. The F1 world turned upside down. But let's get to the heart of it. Why would this happen? Why would either driver make this leap? For Russell, the answer is frustration. He's grown tired of waiting in Hamilton's shadow. Even with strong performances, he's watched Toto openly flirt with Verstappen, and that messes with a driver's head. At Red Bull, Russell would be the clear number one. He's not Verstappen, but he's young, he's fast, and most importantly, he's available. For Max, the reasons are just as clear. He's exhausted, tired of dragging an underperforming car uphill, tired of watching every key figure who built Red Bull's success walk out the door: Newey, Wheatley, Marshall, and now Horner. And most of all, he's tired of gambling his future on Red Bull powertrains, a project even Horner admitted may not deliver results until 2027 or beyond. Max wants a team with legacy, stability, a team that can deliver a championship car for the new 2026 era right from day one. And that team, right now, is Mercedes. Enter Toto Wolff, whose mission isn't just rebuilding, it's reclaiming dominance. And with Verstappen, he gets the ultimate weapon. The driver who turns average cars into race winners. The man who terrifies McLaren, Ferrari, and every other team on the grid. But make no mistake, the fallout from this would be nuclear. Fans would be divided. Verstappen loyalists could feel betrayed. Russell's critics would scream sellout. Red Bull insiders would panic. Laurent Mekies, already stepping into chaos, would suddenly be tasked not only with holding the team together mid-meltdown, but with somehow convincing Verstappen to stay. And that brings us to the real cliffhanger. Could Russell truly rise to the occasion at Red Bull? Could Verstappen gel with the meticulous engineers at Mercedes? Or would the culture clash doom the partnership? And crucially, can Toto Wolff deliver the kind of car Max needs to win in 2026? But perhaps the biggest question of all, has Red Bull already lost its soul? Remember, this was once the team of rebels, the disruptors, the energy drink upstarts who took down the giants of Ferrari and Mercedes. But now, their star driver could be gone. Their legendary founder is out. Their technical geniuses have vanished. Horner gone. This isn't the beginning of a new era for Red Bull. This is survival mode. And through the smoke, one question remains. Does Max Verstappen jump off a sinking ship, or does he stay and try to rebuild a broken empire? The floor is yours. Tell us what you think in the comments below.